Hi there, it's Steve from Roadrunner Motorcycles in Stroud. Here we are in the beautiful New Forest at the Sammy Miller Museum. It's a beautiful sunny Tuesday. There's lots of other enthusiasts here. We're going to be having a guided tour by Sammy himself, looking at some of his favourite bikes, some of the ones that are most important to him, and also some that are important to us. So, for example, one I'm most excited about is the V8 Motor Guzzi. So let's go check it out.
Another day in paradise. This is the Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum. I'm Sammy. This is where I spend most of my time, restoration department, restore all the old bikes. We've got a beef, 4 Villiers there, Scott, Precision. This is a Bond mini car we're working on, a mini bike, sorry. It's quite unique. The Bond made that just after the Second World War, 1949-50, all aluminium, very aircraftish, tubular frames. This is the engine here. Just started to do the engine. Villiers 2-speed. I'm stuck for bits for it, so I'm just waiting for Villiers spares to send some bits and I can get the engine finished off. This is all. Paint work's all gone off, the chrome work's all gone off, so they should be back next week. By that time we should have the bits for the engine, so that'll be ready. This is quite a unique bit of gear here. Precision. They made this engine. It's the only one in the world, Steve. Why is it the only one in the world?
Want to touch it?
That I know. Come on, get sharpened up a bit.
Well,
get sharpened up a bit. Come
Split.
Come on then, try again.
Okay.
Horizontal valves.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I've never seen a bike with horizontal valves before, so that's what intrigued me. They made it 1920, horizontal valves, so quite unique. We've had it running, we've got a bit of problems with the engine, got to have it all out. So when you stop production, you have stopped production, but when you're not here, I'm going to have the engine out and see why it's gone a bit tight after we ran it up. So
Okay.
belt drive, 2-speed, lovely bit of tack, and we repainted it obviously. Nickel plating, and we go for this sort of bike, which is quite unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not interested in some manufacturers made a million bikes.
No.
We're only one off, so you could put your hand on the only horizontal valve bike that we know. Let's go through here. This is the German collection through here.
Yes.
That's the early Japanese stuff, which is most popular at present. The older stuff, sort of, the younger generation, this was their period.
Yes.
You know, when the Japanese came in and they started riding from British bikes, most spectators or riders now, they started on early Japanese stuff, so that's why it's the most popular. These are Italian MVs, Hoffmans, Maiko, the Horrocks. Why we got an ABC British bike here? That's probably the most advanced bike ever made in the world, 1920. Featherbed frame.
Yes.
Horizontal twin engine. First bike that really hub brakes, the first bike with electric lights on it. So it was really miles ahead of its time, which was probably why it wasn't so a rolling success.
Yeah.
But somehow they were manufactured in France under license. BMW happened to get one from France. So the early BMWs were almost a copy of a British bike. How about that, young Steve?
Well, there we go.
How about that, young Steve? There we go, NSU, I raced those. Zundal, a big 600 flat forward, and then another German bike, the Munch NSU car engine in it, 1200cc. One of the first super bikes, really. made motorcycles too, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite interesting when you do research how much the car industry came from motorcycle industry.
Yeah, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the aviation went into the bikes.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you were making planes in the First World War and the war finishes, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Nobody
exactly.
wants planes.
No, they want transport.
They want
don't
transport, so they
Yeah,
want
yeah.
transport.
Absolutely.
This is belt stuff. I was very much involved with belt stuff.
Yes.
In the early days, designed it and made it and worked with the company for years. This is one of my early Bultacos, highboy frame. I was the first to make highboy frames, which is no tubes under the engine, so you get maximum ground clearance.
Yes.
So everybody copied that, which was another leader. But the highboy frames really transformed the standard production trials bike,
Yes.
as it were. Ray Venables, a great reporter. He willed all his collection to the Museum Trust. And so we're very pleased to have the great Ray Venables, all his memorabilia,
Yes.
his scrapbooks, his collection.
Wow.
And people come and have a nice sit and read and
Yeah.
catch up with all the history.
But it's nice that other people can enjoy them, you know.
Oh yeah, because otherwise they'd be lost forever.
Exactly, yeah.
Verdell, French job.
This is something that interested me.
Board racer.
Yeah.
5-cylinder. As you mentioned earlier about aircraft manufacturing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an aircraft engine.
Yes.
So somebody popped it into the board racer. So it goes like a rocket ship. I've ridden at Mallory and at various Donington. Bloody rocket ship. It's really 750 on a push bike frame. You don't need to worry too much about brakes because
They don't do anything.
they don't do anything. They don't stir push bike brakes.
Yeah.
But it's got a transmission brake. That's a transmission
Oh, I
brake
see.
through
Okay,
there.
yeah, yeah.
And you can alter your ignition as you go along, you see.
Yeah,
There you
tile
go.
on there.
So you can play with your ignition.
Yeah.
To get the perfect timing
Yeah.
for the conditions. This is a Packer. Somebody probably told you that Ducati were the first with Desmo.
Mm-hmm.
I raced them the first time they came to the GT in 1958. With the Desmos, I raced for the works team and finished fourth.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep up with the MVs, but they were the first Ducati works team up the island. So, but that's Desmo Drummond.
Really?
As you see, 1914 goes like a rocket ship, made in America for the board racing, which, as you know, in America, the board racing
Yes.
was super popular.
Yes.
And super dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, the nice thing about this is being exposed valve here, you can actually see the Desmo.
Yeah. And this is a Rex Acme TT job, as you can see, with a badge on the tank.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a V-twin. This is a British Dunsmore. Another American Pierce. Another American Henderson.
They like their inline fours back then, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they were the world leaders in 4-cylinder. That's, as you see, inline, 3-speed gearbox, big bikes.
Yes.
You just feel the weight of the wood guards because
Oh, blimey, yeah, that is.
big country.
Yes.
Big country, so you need strong bikes.
Yeah, of course.
Because I know you're in the motorcycle business, but the shops and repair depots would be a long,
Oh, yeah,
long
absolutely.
distance apart.
Far between.
So you really needed a real strong bike for the big country.
Yes.
That's a record breaking. Joe Wright, 1930, right?
Yes.
How many years ago was that? That's 93 years ago, right? So, the speed he did was 163 mile an hour at the Tat Autobahn in
Amazing.
Austria. Supercharged, 1000cc Jap motor running on high octane methanol. It only had 2-speed gearbox for some reason, because suppose it was high geared, bottom would take you up to about 90 mile an hour, and then you knock you into the top, and off you go. But quite interesting. See this here, all the modern technology,
Yes,
guys.
yes.
all these guys with the modern streamlined helmets, well, that's 100 years old, that you see. So you should wander around here and get some ideas for what you're going to do in your future.
Absolutely.
Rough Pendine, you've heard the
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Pendine.
Yeah, Pendine racer.
Again, 1000cc overhead valves, not camshaft.
Yes.
Castle forks, Sturmy Archer gearbox. That goes like a rocket ship, that thing. You know? This is the earliest one we've got here, the Quadrant 1898. As you see, the early motorcycles were push bikes with engines in them. You can see that's more of a Minerva engine stuck in that, you know.
Okay, yes, yeah.
I don't know why they ventilated the seat. I don't know whether have you got frightened or something like that with ventilation or something. But I love all my engines.
Yes.
It's good for the young kids to see all the different two-stroke, split single.
Yes.
Early Jap 125 two-stroke, Bantam engine. That's a crank out of the Hondas that I used to do, short-stroke Honda.
Oh.
That I designed and developed.
Yeah, the TL.
Yeah. So you can see why they call it short stroke.
Wow, yeah, that really is, isn't it?
So that's when I was working for the Honda company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Father bought me a 9E Villiers motor from my birthday. So I went to the local scrapyard and got an early 23 matchless frame. Put it all together. So I'm quite pleased about that.
I mean, it looks right, doesn't it?
It
really does.
I was very lucky, very lucky. Lots of things. I got the head angle, 63 degrees, messing about what felt right. Wheelbase, 52 inch.
Yeah.
Footrest away back. And in those days, everybody was stupid head angles and footrest away forward. So, but it just felt right. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about design or anything, but it just felt right.
Well, that's what they always say, doesn't it? If it feels right and it looks right, it probably is right.
Yeah, so that wasn't bad. So that was 1952.
Yes.
Had my first championship on that.
Fantastic.
Then I went to aerials, and that's the Success GOA3 132.
Yes.
The world's most famous trials bike. Aerials were taken over the BSA, and they all went down the chute. I went to Bultaco, designed and developed that for Senior Bulto.
Yes.
Which changed the world. I was quite pleased because when I worked at aerials, they thought competition and trials was a waste of time, you know. So when I go to Bultaco, we designed that. So the first year we made 3,000, and Miller had £2 out of each bike. So Miller did quite well there.
There we go.
And then after that, I joined Honda. And we spoke about the Highboy frame.
Yes.
You can see the Highboy frame.
Oh, I see, yes.
And the short stroke engine that I showed you the crank upstairs. So I did that for Honda, which changed the world and put Honda in the world.
Yeah, nice.
And then after that, the Miller prototype, again, you can see Highboy frame. I'm using the same frame design really all the way through.
Yeah.
So that's a Highboy. And luckily, I made the prototype. It was a winner, but it was the best move I made in my life not to go into production. I didn't want to make them factories and warranties and dealerships and all that.
Of course.
So Armstrong, CCM took it over, and they made the Armstrong bike. The engine manufacturer was Hero.
Yes.
Andrew Mosconi initially. So we designed the engine, and so he did all the deals involved for motorcycles, you know.
Brilliant.
Right, this is all the Vincents. Where's our man? Black Shadow, A series. So that's an early Triumph, first Triumph twin, designed by Paul Page.
Okay.
Not Edward Turner. That's the 1935 Triumph twin. And so Val Page worked for Triumph before he joined Aerials.
Okay.
So there we go, 500 EMC split singles, dual.
Yeah.
The Sinclair, the C5, remember that thing?
Yes.
How would you like to be out on the road with that with big Arctics flying around you?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the
that would
motorbike.
give you a thrill. That would
would.
give you a thrill. Why? You remember the Talisman, Francis Bonnets, Ambassadors, some Nortons. That's the Black Shadow, that's the top Vincent.
That's beautiful, yeah.
That's brand new, that bike.
Is it?
It never was used. We bought it at an auction about 30 odd years ago.
Yes.
It was bits robbed off it. But when we got it back, it had never been started.
Wow. So it is brand new.
This is the Grey Flash.
Yes.
Royal Enfields. This is a Black Knight, remember that?
Yes.
Well,
My dad's a big fan of these.
Yeah, in the 50s, lots of manufacturers went for enclosed things, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a bit of a fat class.
Yeah. I've seen you in the books, in photos on this one.
Yeah, that's my NSU favorite. That's some of its successes, winning the Northwest 3
Yes.
times. That's my World Championship bike, the Mondial.
Yeah, Mondial, yeah.
Third the World Championship on that.
Beautiful.
That's when they were fully furred, you see.
Yes.
And they were banned in '57 because they were too dangerous in the wind. We lost a lot of riders.
Right.
You were literally blown off the road.
Yeah.
Side wind blew it. If it was exposed, remember the Northwest 200, bloody frightening, you know. You would set off an exposed bit on the right hand gutter and the wind would catch you and you'd be fighting this thing like a ship right across, and each lap you finished up in the left hand gutter before you got any shelter, and you're saying to yourself, shit, but I've only another 17 times to do this.
Oh no, rather you than me.
You know, but this one here, what do you think of that then? Come on.
Beautiful.
What is it? It's a V4.
Was that 4? Sorry, I didn't even see.
4-cylinder, camshaft, double overhead cam, V4, supercharged, liquid cooled, British. First bike to lap a Grand Prix, Ulster Grand Prix, 1939. First Grand Prix 100 mile an hour lap bike.
Amazing.
By the great Walter Rusk, who again lived in Belfast, of course, near our family, and my brother knew him.
Really?
So that was good. And both of them joined up in the RAF during the war. And Walter unfortunately crashed and was killed. But my brother, he survived the war. And then he took up the ministry, so he must have been frightened or something.
I'm not surprised. But that is really compact for a 4, isn't it?
Isn't it? And
I honestly thought it was a 20.
when I took that to the TT, when I rebuilt it, took it to the TT in '83.
Yeah.
The Japanese men were running like a bee around the honeypot.
Really?
A year later, they brought out their first V4.
Yeah, of course.
This one here, you can put your hand on that. You can tell the grandchildren you've touched the bike that won the first World Championship, 1949. The great Les Graham on board.
Wow.
As you see, twin cylinder, double overhead cam. Just a lovely bike to ride.
Yeah.
Really lovely. So we've got various, that's 3-cylinder DKW.
Yes.
Mechanical marble, Jawa, 4-cylinder Jawa.
I grew up with the road Jawas in CZs.
Yeah.
This
Great.
Is
I raced CZs in the TT, but they hadn't got the metallurgy or the metallurgy beat them.
Yeah.
They hadn't got the quality of metals.
No. It's something that played them all the way through their production.
You know, the old pistons were always seasoned because they were using rubbish aluminium.
Yeah.
And
they had leading link forks as well, didn't they? When everybody was switching to telescopic.
Yeah.
Wow.
BSA prototype. You could spend all day, but you wouldn't believe it. So BSA designed this. Doug Hill did the engine, spent a fortune, frame, leading link forks, cantilever, back end.
Yes.
Radial, 4 valve, twin carb, twin exhaust. And Jeff Duke tested it at Alton Park, went exceptionally well. So, you won't believe this, right? So, they entered it for Silverstone.
Yes.
With Jeff Duke on board. So before they set off, the race team set off to Silverstone, they went into the boardroom. And the great, no names, no mention, the great directors of the BSA company said, you're going to guarantee a win. And they said, well, it's a race, you can't guarantee it, but we've got a very, very strong chance.
Yes.
So the The great powers of the British industry said, well, if you can't guarantee a win, you're not going.
Wow.
And they never raced it.
So they shelved the bike?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Norton Gallery.
Yes.
Early prototypes, the horizontal Norton, they call that the F Norton, the Norton Kneeler.
I understand this was being sort of built near to where you lived?
Yes,
You were
yeah,
child?
Belfast.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
in Belfast. And most of the Norton development was done Woodstock Road, with
Right.
Artie Bell and McCandless brothers. That's it. If you can get your head around that, that's a photograph of a Norton 4-cylinder
Yes.
50, 60 years before the Japanese made one.
Yeah. And there's the proof.
And it was really that chassis there
I
with,
see.
with a 4-cylinder fake car engine in it. And on my way home from school quite often I used to sit on that.
Amazing.
That was going from school, that was a stop off, see what the Norton company
Yeah.
were doing, you know.
Wow.
And this was made in Belfast too.
Yes.
Norton Kneeler, completely different concepts in its
Yeah.
day. And the FIM, Federation, banned it because it was just too much on the table on board. Although it
Too radical for them to.
they did race in the northwest and they practiced in the Cook in the Isle of Man, but they banned it. And but then they went on to Brit, took it to Montlhéry. That's Miller in action there on
Oh, there he is.
Mallory.
There's the man. Yeah.
Easy bike to ride again. And there's the record, 60 world records
Wow.
in 1953. 60 world records. Put your hand on it. Come on.
Thank you. It's more like the design you'd see with a sidecar outfit, isn't it?
Well, when they banned it, Eric Oliver put a sidecar on it and
There we
cleaned the
go.
world up. These are various Nortons, and this is the they call this one the low boy
Yes.
because no top yoke, just a bottom yoke.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Fuel
yeah,
tank here, oil tank here, and that's it in the TT coming around Hillbury, you know.
Amazing.
Wonderful bit of tack and gear. The bottom yoke is
It's
very
really low, isn't it?
The bottom yoke, look at that casting there. How would you like to make that? You
Oh,
know,
that's beautiful.
like 1890. So this is the old Bond
Oh, wow. Okay.
that we bought. And
Yeah.
then completely refurbished it. So these are some trophies that some blokes won.
Oh, just a few.
If-
Just a few
you
trophies.
should- You should have stuck at it a bit longer, Steve. You might have been a bit good then.
You might have two walls then.
Yeah, no, they're awful. But these are from all over the world. That's the first one there, the Joe Cup,
Yes.
1952. But these are various. That one
Oh,
there
that's
is
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
Plungers, string and arm suspension, 1921.
Wow.
You didn't hear me, did you?
Yeah,
String and arm suspension.
Why did it?
Air suspension. See the valve in here?
it's air suspension?
Yeah, with the blew it up.
So what? I get why the air suspension may not have taken off straight away, but why not that design straight away? Why did they sort of favour the sort of plunge?
You often find that sometimes ideas were too advanced for the period.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
People couldn't grasp the nettle.
No, they don't want the cart upset, do they? It's
So these are various. Another, you spoke about aircraft.
Oh, another.
That's an aircraft engine too, you see.
Yeah, yeah.
The Red Rock. They made airplanes First World War.
Yes.
And that's an engine out of one of the engines, 3-cylinder radial.
Horizontal.
Yeah. Some more trophies from all over the world. Various, the Stanger, Douglas's, Connery Eagles, AKD, you know what that is? King Dick Spanners. Used to make
I've got some
motorcycles.
spanners. Yeah, I've got some of their spanners.
Abington King Dick Spanners.
I didn't realise they made bikes.
Too young.
Yeah. Thank you, you're very kind.
Nemesis. That's the American near car.
Oh, that's the nearer car. Yeah.
That handles exceptionally well with a low, you know, you've got all the photographs of the guys riding them like this.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, because it's low center of gravity. And,
All their finery. Yeah, because it was sort of like the first scooter, really, wasn't it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of them are, these are TT replicas and gold medals in the International 6 Day.
Yeah.
It's nice to have, and all these here plaques, when
Oh,
they
wow.
used to give you, all the circuits you raced at, they used to give you plaques, you know.
That's nice. Yeah.
But
that's really
today it's all changed. These
Yeah.
are certificates from the British Expert Trial.
fantastic.
As you can see, I'm a bit of a hoarder, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nice though that you get to share it with everybody, isn't it?
This is, I won that in America, Ute country, Colorado Springs, that's the Ute country. And that's a Ute Indian woven
Wow.
thing, and that was a part of the award.
Amazing.
This is scooter stuff right here.
Yes. And the sort of ladies' bikes, wasn't it? As they
Full of ladies like
yeah, step throughs.
Yeah. Because ladies in those days, they couldn't afford cars or everybody's racing, so they had a push bike
Yeah.
or a lady one.
Yeah, yeah.
So these are all step throughs.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I know it's a step through, but I'd still be worried about getting my dress caught in the chain, I think.
yeah,
You know?
some of them put strings on the side to stop it.
Oh, I see.
There used to be one with strings on it.
So you could tie them back.
You can't see it. That's a Radco. That was another ladies model.
Yes.
And then of course there you get, you see the ladies and the gents models.
Is it
Because-
hers? Yeah.
Because to get another model on your catalogue, you just drop the full tube down, dropped it down, and you got another sales job. You know.
Amazing. Yeah.
So that's another French thing, you know, step through again, and an early scooter moto. Another early scooter, you see the Kingsbury and the Kenilworth.
Kenilworth.
Yeah. I like sort of motobilia, early sewing machines, early televisions, radios.
Yes.
Just
Of course, you got your Singer bikes, Singer sewing machines, and Singer cars.
Absolutely. Funny, at the auction, at the on a jumble this weekend over at Cheddar Gorge, I bought that Singer oil thing.
Lovely.
Not lovely?
It looks new.
It is. Yeah. Much did pay for that?
Oh, they've taken off, I think.
Yeah.
Mark, yeah, but yeah.
But it's all nice to have, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've got various displays of spark plugs, full range of spark plugs, and these are two more great British.
Not matchless.
That's a V4, the Silver Arrow camshaft. That's the engine over there, and that's the side, the 400cc Silver Arrow, they call that one. That's the engine there. You see sidewall twin.
Yes.
400, 26 degree.
Quite steep.
Yeah.
Java speed,
You
yeah,
spoke
yeah.
about Java.
Yeah.
Spikes in the tires.
Well, that's where they were most successful, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Speedway.
yeah.
Yeah.
That ice racing, you see.
that's
You see how the spikes on the four spikes on the inside, so because they always went left
On
handed.
one side. And of course, no brakes.
No, what do you want brakes for? That really slows you down. That's a OEC again with a Hawk engine in it.
Yes.
And this is a Speedway Scott 1930.
That's lovely.
Lovely bit of gear and tank, you know. So, and if you take a photograph of that there, that's how I bought the museum. That's, you're here now at the moment, that's how it was.
Yeah, amazing.
But the price was right.
Yeah. Yeah. And look what you've built from it.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
everywhere. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you for your time, sir. Hi everyone, it's Steve from Roadrunner Motorcycles again. Just to say we've had a great day here at the Sammy Miller Museum. Here with Sharon, she's been our gracious host and shown us around.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here,
Thank you,
Steve.
Sharon.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
if you come and visit the Sammy Miller Museum, make sure you come and see Sharon because she knows everything about it. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and keep an eye on our YouTube channel for more videos.
Thank you.
Thank you.